Rochester and Auburn Hills. This is 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball. Welcome to you from the arena. Got an interesting women's basketball matchup here between your Oakland Golden Grizzlies and the Green Bay Pheonix. Good evening, everybody. My name is Noah Stalker. I'll be here on play-by-play tonight. On color is Maryanna Sanford. Maryanna, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
So, heading into this matchup right now, Oakland is not on the best of it's not the best of times right now for the Golden Grizzlies. Currently, they have lost 5 of their last 6 in this.
To take this win tonight, they're gonna have to shut down and play a great defensive game. They're gonna have to shut down Kylie Genke. She's currently 10th in the country for her 3-point percentage of 45.3%. She's led her team in scoring 3 times so far this season.
Meanwhile, for the Golden Grizzlies, as of right now, their best scorer right now is Maddie Skrupski, averaging about 16.8 points a game. She is currently the only Golden Grizzly so far that is in the double digits in terms of points per game. So what does Oakland have to do in terms of their support group to help elevate the team in order to win this game?
Tonight, Oakland's just going to have to really get those points in. They've had Macy Smith, who's come out, and she scored 25 points in their game against Cleveland State. And that was her 5th consecutive game in double digits. You also got Danny Grimm, who's in double digits on that game against Cleveland State. And they're just really going to have to play their offense, get those points in.
Meanwhile, they're doing the starting 5 right now. Looks like the starting 5 is going to be what it was last time against Cleveland State so far. Unusual starting 5 as well for this game. We got Maddie Skrupski, Danielle Green, Macy Smith, Madison Royal Davis, and Leanna Baxter. The coach was able to get these guys, or get these gals situated. Going against arguably one of the best teams in the Horizon right now in the Pheonix. Be a tough little time for starting 5 has been announced. Once again, is Maddie Skrupski, Danielle Green, Macy Smith, Madison Royal Davis, and Leanna Baxter. All right, both teams are in the huddle currently. Now we are going to get situated as play is about to start. As of right now for the Green Bay Pheonix, their starting 5 is looking to be number 22, Bailey Buttar, number 21, Jasmine Kondrasiewicz, number 11, Natalie McNeil, number 12, Kaylee Genke, who Maryanna said earlier, is one of the leading 3-point scorers for the Pheonix, and number 1, Casey Schultz. We're in the huddle right now. Leanna Baxter will be the one doing the Arms Golden Grizzlies on tip-off. Meanwhile, for the Pheonix will be number 21, Jasmine Kondrasiewicz. Green Bay is ready. Oakland's ready. Tip-off is ready, and here we go. Green Bay gets to start the ball off first. It's Casey Schultz with it. Flips it over to Bailey Buttar as she crosses over to the right side. Keys it over to Kaylee Genke. Goes up for a floater, but is no good. Rebound attempt by Green Bay is good as they still have it now in their offensive end. Meanwhile, from the line was Natalie McNeil. Nothing right there as Oakland gets the rebound now. And Grimm will do the honors for the Golden Grizzlies. They head in the offensive end. She hands it to Skrupski. The toss over to Royal Davis. Now back to Macy Smith on the left side. Over to Skrupski. All the way over on the corner is Danny Grimm as she heads back to the left perimeter over to Baxter. Loses the ball, and now Green Bay has it. Crossing midcourt right now is Bailey Buttar. Banks it over to McNeil. Up for 2 and is no good. Green Bay still has the ball. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Skrupski loses it, intercepts it now. Crossing over to midcourt. Back to Royal Davis. Over to Grimm. To Smith. To Royal Davis to Skrupski. Passing over back to Smith. Smith with it now. She passes it to Baxter. Puts it back to Smith as she charges into the paint. Goes up for 2, and she gets the scoring going for the Golden Grizzlies now. 2-0. Meanwhile, Butler has it for the Pheonix. Passes over to McNeil. Over to Genki for 3. And she gets a 3 going there. 3-2 now, Green Bay. Oakland now has it. Laura Davis over to Smith on the right side. That back, it's no good. Baxter has the ball. Smith goes off in there, deep overhead to Skrupski. Skrupski arcing over, loses the ball. Okay, regains control of it. Back over to Grimm. Now Grimm shoots up for 2, and nothing right there. Rebound attempt is up and good for Leanna Baxter. It's now 4-3 Oakland, a 1-point lead over the Pheonix. Meanwhile, Green Bay has it as Kaylee Genki over to Schiltz. Now over to Butler on the left perimeter. Back to Genki. Charging with it now. Over in the corner is Schiltz for 3. And she sinks it right in. Now it is 6-4 Green Bay with 7.5 to go in the first period. Danny Grimm crossing midcourt now for the Golden Grizzlies as she hands it off to Smith. Flips it to Skrupski. Back to Smith. Smith tries to get past a couple of Pheonix. Nothing right there. Pivots around. Back to Skrupski, and it looks like it's going to be a travel on Macy Smith. Meanwhile, now on the inbound is Genki. Gets over the midcourt to Butler. Butler's charging around with Royal Davis on her side. Pivoting it around into the paint. Goes up, and now it is good for the layup. That is 8-4 now in Green Bay. Less than 7 minutes to go in the first period. Oakland now has it in their offensive end as Danny Grimm hands it off to Macy Smith over to Royal Davis, who's on the right corner. Now over to Grimm, right on the free throw line. Trying to move around, looking for an opening. Gives it to Royal Davis, who now gives it to Smith for 3. Banks right off the rim. Almost goes out of bounds, but the Pheonix is able to get their hands on it. That was Natalie McNeil, who now crosses midcourt. Gives it over to Schiltz. Overhead to Butler. Butler right up beyond the arc. Meanwhile, another 3 attempt is good there by the Pheonix. That was Kaylee Genki once again. Meanwhile, we get a media timeout here, so we'll take a quick break now. This is 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball. Oakland's currently down by 7 with 6:10 to go when we return. welcome back. This is 88.3 FM, WXOU, your home for OU basketball. Coming out of the timeout there from Oakland, they're currently down by 7 with 6:10 to go in the first period. Right now, current scores so far for the Golden Grizzlies has been 2 points each, Macy Smith and Leanna Baxter. Meanwhile, Kaylee Genke has been killing them from 3 so far in this game. We're only early into the first period, but it's not looking so good for the Golden Grizzlies right now. But they have it in the offensive end currently. Macy Grufsey with it on the right side perimeter. She marches her way up to the around, gives it back to Madison Royal Davis, trying to dribble it around the Pheonix. Back to Skorupski, 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Thinks about it going for a shot, nothing right there. Pass sitting it over. Looks like Kylie Buckley's now in for the Golden Grizzlies. Meanwhile, there's a turnover there once again by Oakland, right into the hands of Casey Schultz. Over on the right corner there on their side. Over to Kondratsowicz. He's right around the paint, pivoting around, passing it over to Natalie McNeil. McNeil's looking for a shot, but she's got Buckley all over her. Finds a way to get it to Bailey Butler, who's right beyond the arc. Gives it back to McNeil, back to Butler. Thinks about going for a shot, dribbles it in. Now in the corner is Genke once again, and she is absolutely killing him right now. That's her third made 3 so far in this game. Meanwhile, the Golden Grizzlies has it now. Crossing midcourt is Danny Grimm, trying to guide Madison Royal Davis around for an opening. Passed it over to Macy Smith, to Skorupski. Over to Buckley, back to Royal Davis. Now to Grimm, now in the corner is Skorupski. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Oakland's currently down by 10, trying to get some momentum back on their side. Skorupski almost loses it as she is swarmed by 3 Pheonix, and now Kaylee Genke gets her hands on the ball. All right, Butler crosses midcourt now for Green Bay. Overhead pass over to Schultz. Goes for a 3, and it sinks right in. 17-4 right now, Green Bay against the Golden Grizzlies. 4.5 to go in the first period. All right, Grimm has the ball for Oakland. Trying to maneuver traffic right now. She's spinning around to Pheonix. Passing it over to Smith. Back over to Grimm. Grimm tries to sidestep Pheonix. Doesn't like what she's got. She passes it to Royal Davis, who now hands it off to Skorupski. Skorupski hooks it in, but it's no good. Off the rim and into the hands of Green Bay now. 4 minutes to go in the first period. Oakland is down by 13 as Green Bay once again has the ball. Genke for 3. No good right there. Bounce off the edge of the rim and into the hands of Macy Smith as she gives it to Skorupski now. Back on their outside of back on the offensive end now to Royal Davis. Over to Grimm. Going around, back to Buckley. Our attempt is no good right there. Bounces right back into the hands of Green Bay. Meanwhile, as McNeil moves it over to Genke. Genke is wrestling around with Smith as she gives it to Kondratsowicz, who's over to Schultz now. 13 seconds on the shot clock for the Pheonix, 3:15 to go. Schultz looks for 3. Nothing there. Rebound attempt for Green Bay back into the hands of Genke, but it goes out of bounds. It's still going to be Green Bay ball. Looked like it bounced off a Golden Grizzly. Not a good start right now for Oakland, that is. Down by 13 currently.
Absolutely not. Like I said at the beginning, they got to shut down Kylie Genke. Like, she makes those 3s and she just becomes unstoppable.
Meanwhile, Jenna Geyer's in for the Pheonix. She passes it over to McNeil. Bounces off her knees, but off the hands of Jazzy Hebert. And it goes out of bounds once again. Green Bay is still going to have possession in their offensive end as Bailey Butler is on the back line for Green Bay. Banks it over to Geyer, who hands it right back to Butler. Passing it over to Maddie Schreiber, who goes for a 3, but is no good. Rebound is Green Bay is nothing there as Skorupski bounces it out, but it's back into the hands of Green Bay as they cross midcourt. Bailey Butler slicing through the Oakland D as she hands it off to McNeil. Over to Schreiber, back to McNeil. Going right around Royal Davis as she passes it over to Geyer. Now he's back in McNeil's position. Hooks it for 2, and it is good now. Now Oakland's got a 15-point deficit. 2.5 to go in the first period. 19-4 currently for the Pheonix. Smith with it to Skorupski. Overhead to Royal Davis. To Buckley. Over to Jazzy. Jazzy's trying to go through the Pheonix defense. Nothing going as she gives it to Royal Davis. And to Smith for 2. Nothing right there. Oakland can't get the rebound, and Green Bay gets the ball. But we got a stoppage of play. Looks like Green Bay got fouled right there. Jenna Geyer. First foul of the game right now going to Green Bay.
Number 24, Leanna Baxter.
All right, Leanna Baxter's now back in for the Golden Grizzlies. Jazzy Yabera is going to pass it in on the back line for Oakland. Got to come up with something right now. I think it's about giving it to Skrupski, but undershoots the pass, so it bounces right back on her defensive side. Leanna Baxter able to get in, gives it back to Skrupski. Over to Jazzy. 2 minutes to go in the first period right now. Oakland's got to do something. Down by 15 to Royal Davis. Over to Smith. Smith back to Royal Davis. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Macy got to do something right there. And she gets swatted down by Kondrasowicz as the clock hits 0 on the shot clock.
That was amazing defense play there by Green Bay. I mean, they shut them down and they were not able to get that open shot.
All right, to resume play, Green Bay is Bailey Butler. She crosses midcourt. She's got Royal Davis guarding her. Gives it to Maddie Schreiber, who's on her left side. Now over to Kaylee Genke. Leading scorer right now for the Pheonix. 9 points, all of them from the 3. Meanwhile, Schreiber has it. Gives it to Butler. She tries a 3 of her own. Nothing going right there, but the rebound for Green Bay is good. As they pass it over to Butler, to Schreiber. Thinks about going for 3. Makes Smith miss. Goes for the layup, goes right over the rim and into the hands of the Golden Grizzlies now. Skrupski passing midcourt right now. Have no answer so far for Green Bay's onslaught of offense. Plus, hopefully they can get the momentum going on their side as Smith has it. Goes up for 2, and it is good. A little more than a minute to go in the first period. Oakland gets their first points in a while now. It's still 19-6, down by 13 as we get to the final minute of the game. Or not the game, the first period. Bailey Butler has it now. Thinks about it, gives it to Mia Meyer. Now to Schreiber on the right side. Over Kondrasowicz. Keeps it on the opposite side to Mayer. Back to Butler, over to Mayer now. Schreiber loses it, but still finds a way to keep it in as Kondrasowicz banks it in for 2. 21-6 now for Green Bay. 30 seconds ago in the first period. Oakland's had no answer for Green Bay.
Absolutely not.
Now Skorupski has it right on the logo. Trying to think of something. Some kind of to get the crowd going. 16 seconds now. Still has her hands on the ball. 10 seconds go on the shot clock. Looking for something. Goes right around Butler as she charges up into the paint. Doesn't get the shot, but it looks like she draws the foul.
Green Bay foul on number 22, Bailey Butler. Her first, team second.
All right, the foul looks like it's going to be on Bailey Butler as both Green Bay and Oakland makes a couple substitutions now. As Maddie Skrupski goes in the line. First free throw attempt for Oakland now. Let's see if she can get these 2 in to cut the lead down just a bit.
Hopefully with
all right, first free throw attempt is up.
Free throws in here,
and it sails to the left of the rim.
The Golden Grizzlies a little bit more momentum heading in.
Here we go with Skorupski's second free throw attempt. Trying to make it a 14-point game. She's ready. Second one is up.
From the line.
And she sinks it right in. Less than 10 seconds ago, Oakland down by 14. It's 21-7 Phoenix. 5 seconds now as Meyer charges in to midcourt. Schultz with the last minute attempt. Nothing right there. Rebound attempt goes in, but it goes in right after the buzzer hits. So at the end of the first period right now, Green Bay has been dominating the Golden Grizzlies so far. It's 21-7. Not a good look for Coach Richard and these Golden Grizzlies. It's going to be a tough task going against one of the best teams in the Horizon League. And right now, it doesn't seem like they're up to the challenge. Meanwhile, we'll take a quick break right now. We'll get to the second period action real soon. This is WXOU 88.3 FM. You're home for OU basketball. Oakland's got to come up with something when we come back.
What are we doing today, Coach?
So, today, we're going to work on our checking on...
Oh. Sorry, I heard checking.
A bit of a misunderstanding.
I meant checking on how we can help save our customers money on their car insurance.
And whether they need car, home, boat, or pet coverage.
Precisely. Now, let's go again. Susan?
Always wanted to do that.
My turn.
Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
Best day.
All right, welcome back, everyone. This is 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball. Right now, we got a women's matchup between your Golden Grizzlies and the Green Bay Pheonix. As we start the second quarter, right now, Oakland is down in the hole, 14 points as they trail the Phoenix 21-7. Breaking out of the huddle right now is their Golden Grizzlies. Just hopefully, Skorowski can lead this team to some kind of comeback right now, because it's been all Green Bay so far in this game.
Absolutely. Green Bay has they found their momentum right away, and they are not stopping. The Golden Grizzlies got to find a way to play their defense and shut them down and try and make up some ground here in this second quarter.
Yes, so far, Oakland's only led like one time this in that first period. It was only for a brief respite before Green Bay just took it right back.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, as we start the second period, Maddie Skorowski has it for the Golden Grizzlies as he gives it to Danny Grimm. Grimm over on the right side, passes it to Smith, now to Skorowski. Playing hot potato with the ball right now. Charging around the arc to the right perimeter, over to Grimm, trying to make a Phoenix miss with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Meanwhile, Baxter heaves it over to Jasmine Dupree-Heber, who sinks in the three. Gets the scoring going in the second period right now. They're only down by 11. 21-10 Green Bay with it 9.5 minutes to go in the second period now. Green Bay has the ball in their offensive end. That is Mayer over to McNeil. Now to Maddie Schreiber. Going right around Hebert. Goes right into the paint. Goes up for two, and it is good. 23-10 now, Green Bay. Meanwhile, Grimm has it for the Golden Grizzlies. Pass it over to Skorowski. Charging in, loses the ball, and it goes right into the hands of Maddie Schreiber, so he charges onto their side. Spins around, passes it to McNeil. Nothing good on the layup there. Skorowski is right there to take it. Now Oakland's got the ball. To Grimm. To Jazzy. Jazzy in the left corner, spinning around Schiltz. Overhead to Macy Smith. Now it over to Baxter. Thanks about giving it to Skorowski. Now she does. Maddie going for something. Up for two. Nothing there. Gives it back to Green Bay. Now that is Natalie McNeil with it. Over to Mayer. Now to Schreiber. Oakland's going to have to lock down at this moment. Down by 13. 8.5 to go in the first half. McNeil now has it. Gets it right over to wide open Schultz. Tries to goes for a pass. Gives it to Mayer. Back over to Schultz. Now to Kondrasiewicz. Over to McNeil, who is wide open. Jumper is no good as she go right into the hands of Leanna Baxter, who hands it right to Danny Grimm. Now she's trying to tell Jazzy to get open. Back now to Skorowski, back to Grimm. Over to Smith, back to Jazzy. Trying to tell Baxter to get a little closer. Goes for a screen attempt. Thinks about shooting with nothing there for Hebert. She gives it to Grimm. Grimm for three. Nothing there as Green Bay gets the defensive rebound. They have control once again as they cross midcourt. McNeil with it. And it looks like she draws a foul right there. It looks like it's going to be on Macy Smith.
Oakland foul on number 12.
Yep, it is going to be Macy Smith on the foul right there. 7.5 to go in the first half. Oakland currently down by 13. 23-10 ball game right now for Green Bay. All right, Madison Royal Davis is back in for the Golden Grizzlies. Casey Schultz will be inbounding on the back line. Pass it over to McNeil on the right side. Over to Schreiber, back to Mayer beyond the arc. Over to Schultz. Pass it over in the paint to McNeil. And she draws yet another foul. Shot is no good, but she's going to be looks like she's going to be going to the line now.
See, this is when the Grizzlies, they got to be careful so they don't pull those fouls. Green Bay is already ahead by so much, and they just can't risk Green Bay making these free throws and getting even more ground on them.
Yep, first free throw attempt for the Phoenix right now. It's going to be Natalie McNeil who does it. First free throw attempt is up, and it is good. Nothing but net right there. Made it look flawless. Meanwhile, now it's a 24-10 ball game for the Phoenix. All right, the referee gives her the ball ready for her second free throw attempt. Goes up. Bounces off the board on the rim and in. Now it is a 15-point ball game that Green Bay has. 25-10 with 7:20 to go in the half. Oakland looking to get something right now. They've had nothing so far as Leanna Baxter is looking for a pass. And she has it right there. She passed it right behind Grimm, but it looks like it's going to be a travel on Grimm. She bounces right into the back of Baxter. It looks like he took a couple steps too many without dribbling.
Yeah, this is Golden Grizzlies just really got to take their time. They got to slow things down, figure out what they're going to do, and try and make those shots.
All right, on the inbound there was Schreiber as she gives it to Maya Mayer.
Now it's back to Schreiber on the perimeter. Back to Mayer. She's right on top of the logo. Gives it to McNeil. Wide open to Schreiber. Thinks about going for three. Nothing right there. She hands it to Kondrasowicz. Toss it over to McNeil. Right around on the screen. Banks it off the board. Nothing there, but she draws once again another foul. Looks like it's going to be on Baxter.
Golden Grizzly foul on number 24, Maryanna Baxter.
And McNeil's going to go right back to the line. 6:47 to go in the first half. Green Bay up by 15 right now as McNeil goes for a third free throw attempt. Everyone's getting situated. And we got a substitution. Bailey Butler is going to sub in for Mia Mayer. And it looks like Jenna Geyer is going to come in for Kondrasowicz. And now we will get the free throw underway. Referee gives it over to McNeil. Ready for her third free throw attempt of the game. She's 2 for 2 so far. Her third one is up and it is no good. Still 25-10 ball game. And here comes the second free throw attempt. That second one is up, and it is good. 1 for 2 on the free throws right there. Makes her 3 for 4 in this game. Now to the 26-10 ball game for Green Bay. 6:45 to go in the first half as Danny Grimm has it for the Golden Grizzlies. So she tosses it to Jazzy. Now to Royal Davis, back to Grimm. Thinks about passing it to Jazzy, but nothing right there. She gives it to Smith. Tries to pass it to Baxter, but she can't get a hand on it as it sails out of bounds, and now it is once again Green Bay ball.
Like I said, they just got to take their time. Can't take any risky passes like they just did on that one.
Meanwhile, Bailey Butler resumes play for the Pheonix as she crosses midcourt. Spins around Hebert. She gives it to Geyer, who gives it to Schreiber. Over to Genki. Over to Butler. Pass it into Geyer, but Baxter pokes it away. But it is still Green Bay ball. All right, on the back line now is Bailey Butler as she passes it over to head of Baxter to Geyer. Hands it right off to McNeil. She charges into the paint for 2. Nothing right there as Hebert gets a defensive rebound. Now she's marching her way over to the offensive end. Passing it over to Royal Davis. Now to Grimm. Grimm's been awful quiet so far in this game. Meanwhile, we get a stoppage of play. Looks like Butler's going to be fouled right there.
Green Bay foul on number 22, Bailey Butler. Her second, team first. Checking in for the Pheonix.
All right, on the inbound is going to be Danny Grimm with it. Right in our offensive end, looking for some kind of way to come back. Only down by 16 currently against Green Bay with 5:56 to go in the first half as she heaves it over to Macy Smith. Tries to get to Baxter in the paint, but is intercepted by a Pheonix. Crossing in midcourt now is McNeil. She gives it to Mayer. Mayer over to Schreiber. Now to Genki. Over to Geyer. Now back to Genki. Over to Mayer now. On the corner with it is Schreiber. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Pivoting around is McNeil. Steps back. Nothing there. So it's right into the hands of Royal Davis. Still a 16-point ball game for Green Bay with 5:20 to go in the first half. Jazzy Dupree-Hebert has it as she crosses midcourt. Heads over to the right perimeter, right beyond the arc. Trying to find an opening. Gets it to Grimm. Has to run around to get it. Looked like it was about to go out of bounds, but she saves it right at the end. Back to Hebert for 3. And she airballs it to the left of the rim as it sails out of bounds. This Oakland team is not doing so hot so far in this game, and it looks like we got a media timeout now. With that being said, we're going to take a short break with this media timeout. We'll be back in a few. Oakland currently down by 16 with 5 minutes to go in the second period. We will be right back with more basketball action at 88.3 FM. welcome back to the action, everyone. This is 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball. Heading out of this media timeout right now, Oakland is currently down by 16. 26-10 ball game right now in this women's basketball matchup as the Green Bay Pheonix have had control this entire first half as we are exactly 5 minutes to go in the first half.
Absolutely. Green Bay they got 21 points there in that first quarter, and Oakland just wasn't able to find that defensive groove. However, in this second quarter, Green Bay's only been able to get 5 points on them, and 3 of those are from free throws. So let's see if Oakland can keep that defense going up and keep shutting them down and then play their offense really well.
Meanwhile, Maya Mayer has it for the Pheonix. She heaves an overhead pass to Schreiber. Right beyond the arc is Mayer once again. Over to Genki. Tossing it over to McNeil. Back to Genki. Right over the head of Royal Davis to Geyer as she pivots around for 2, and she sinks it right in. 28-10 now, Green Bay. 4.5 to go in the first half. Oakland has it now in the offensive end. Andy Grimm with it. Pass it over to Royal Davis. Now back to Grimm. She arcs right around Royal Davis. Now back to her. Thinks about passing it, and she does over to her right side to Hebert. And it is now going to be a foul on Oakland. Looked like it's to be on Grimm as Green Bay once again has the ball. All right, now as we resume play on the back line, now is Schreiber who gives it to Maya Mayer. Mayer over to Schreiber. Thinks about going for 3. She does. Nothing there. Grimm tries to get the ball for the Golden Grizzlies, but it's in the hands of Mayer as he gives it to Genki. Now charging around Buckley was, I believe that was McNeil. And she draws the foul right there.
Foul on Golden Grizzlies, number 5,
Kylie Buckley is charged with the foul. That's their 3rd foul so far in the game for Oakland as Green Bay goes once again to the line. McNeil so far is 3 for 4 on free throws. And this one is up and it is no good. Goes right out of bounds, but it's still Green Bay ball. 30-10 ball game now for the Pheonix. Oakland is currently down by 20 in the first half with less than 4 minutes to go.
OU's got to find that defense. Make sure that they don't get any shots on them on this inbound.
All right, Maya Mayer now has it. Heaves a pass over to Genki. Genki trying to get around Macy Smith as she hands it off to McNeil. McNeil trying to cross up Smith, going into the paint for 2, and it is good. She sinks it right in. 32-10 now, Green Bay with 3:45 to go in the first half. Oakland's had no answers so far for this Green Bay offense. Meanwhile, Grimm has it on the right side. Pass it over to Macy Smith. Looking for something on the screen. And that's going to be another foul once again. It's once again another foul for Oakland. Any chance they've had to get a momentum is completely wiped away with the foul.
Absolutely. That's when they just gotta slow things down. It seems like they're kind of taking it too quickly once they get down on that offense again, and they're not really paying attention to what they're doing, and they just get those fouls pulled on them.
Coach Richard is not happy right now for the Golden Grizzlies. I mean, I wouldn't be either, being down by 22.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Green Bay has the ball. 3.5 to go in the half. Gives it over to Maddie Schreiber. Gives it back to Schultz. Gives a bullet over to Geyer as she sinks in another layup. It is now 34-10 Green Bay. 20 to go in the first half. And I believe she also gets the N1 attempt as well. And that is correct. Geyer's going to go to the line, see if she can get another point right there to make it a 35-10 ball game. All right. Geyer's ready. Free throw attempt is up, and it is good. Makes it a 25-point lead now for the Pheonix. 35-10 with 3:20 to go in the second period. Meanwhile, Danny Grimm has it for the Golden Grizzlies. Pass it over to Jazzy. Now gets it to Royal Davis. To Danny. 3:08 to go, looking for something. Trying to pivot around on her left foot. Now to Royal Davis. Hands it right back to Grimm. Grimm, jumper for 2. And she sinks it right in. 35-12 now for Green Bay with less than 3 minutes to go in the second period. So now is Schreiber. Now over to Schultz. Casey Schultz. Right on that back foot. Now gives it to Genki. Toss it over to Schreiber. Tries to get to the Geyer, but nothing there. But Genki is able to recover. Goes for a 3. Bounces off the front of the rim. Green Bay still gets the rebound back to Genki. 17 seconds to go on the shot clock. 2.5 to go in the first half. She passes it over to Schreiber. She tosses it over to Mayer. Now to Geyer. Step back. And it sinks it right in. 37-12 now for Green Bay.
Let's see if Oakland can just turn it over and play great offense and try and get a shot in on this one.
All right, Smith with it over to Royal Davis. Now gives it to Baxter. Baxter maneuvering around to Jazzy. Now to Smith. Angling over to the right side. Banks it back to Grimm. Her jumper is no good, and it goes right back to Green Bay with 1:49 to go in the half. Down by 25 so far as the Golden Grizzlies. Green Bay's had it all. As she now on the offensive end now. It is Schiltz to Mayer. Blocked by Royal Davis, but goes right into the hands of Geyer. Now back to Mayer. Over to Schreiber. Prancing around to the right perimeter. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock as Schreiber on the free throw line. Up for two, and it is good. 39-12 now for the Pheonix. Now as Grimm crosses the midcourt. And goes over to the right side. Trying to find something. Gives it to Jazzy. Leaves it to Royal Davis. Got a little more than a minute to go. Got to kindle something. Pass it over to Smith. Smith charging, goes for a step back. Not enough power right there as it goes off the left rim. Bounces off the foot of Mayer as it sails out of bounds. It is still Oakland ball with it in their offensive end.
Oakland's gotta figure something out, set something up so that they can shut down Green Bay's defense and get something in.
All right, Skorupski's been rather quiet so far in this game. She only has 1 point so far. Their leading scorer has been pretty dormant. Hopefully they can get her going right now as it's 49 seconds left in the half. Now Smith has it. 10 seconds going to shot clock. Pass it to Baxter. Baxter goes for a three, and she sinks it right in. 39-15 now. Green Bay with a 24-point lead with a little more than 30 seconds to go. Meanwhile, Green Bay has it in their offensive end as they cross midcourt with it. Is Maya Mayer. Now over to Schreiber. Back to Mayer. Going with it now on the left side. Skorupski's is blocking her. Going right through Baxter and Skorupski as she gives it to Schiltz. Schiltz on the left corner. Now with a Genki. Genki up for two. Nothing there. Oakland gets the rebound with 5 seconds to go. Trying to go for something. Macy Smith for three. And it is just short of the rim. As Oakland heads into halftime, they are currently down by 24 against the Pheonix. 39-15 is not a good look for Coach Richard and the squad. Absolutely selling against one of the top teams in the Horizon League. With that being said, with now halftime, we are going to take a moderate break. We'll be back with more OU action here on 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball. Oakland currently down pretty big against the Pheonix when we come back. Welcome back, everybody. This is 88.3 FM, WXOU, your home for OU basketball. Coming out of halftime right now with this women's basketball matchup between the Green Bay Pheonix and your Oakland Golden Grizzlies. It has not been looking good for Oakland so far. Currently down by 24.
Absolutely not. They found their defensive groove there in that second quarter, and they held Green Bay down to 18 points after 21 scored in that first quarter. But they just still haven't found that offensive groove and able to get something going.
Yeah, what do you think was said in that locker room during halftime?
A lot. They definitely got to push that defense, keep pushing it, and slow down their offense and find a groove.
Speaking of that, Oakland is currently on defense right now as Bailey Butler has it for Green Bay. Gets a pass over to Kondrasiewicz, over to Genki. Meanwhile, wide open is Schultz. Goes for a three attempt, but it goes right of the rim and is no good. Now it is Oakland ball. Looks like it's going to be a foul on Green Bay.
Phoenix foul on number 21, Jasmine Kondrasiewicz, her first team first.
That'll be Kondrasiewicz on the foul right there as Oakland has the ball now on offense for the first time in this half. 9.5 to go in the third period right now. It is Danny Grimm with it as she hands it off right to Maddie Skorupski. He's been rather quiet in this game, only scoring 1 point so far. Meanwhile, Macy Smith has it on the right perimeter. Gives it over to Maryanna Baxter, the leading scorer so far with 5. Rolls off of the foot of a Phoenix, and it is still going to be Oakland ball after we get a stoppage of play. All right. Skorupski's heading over to the back line right now for Oakland. Tries to float it over to Smith, but she gives it to Baxter. Baxter goes for another 3. No good right there as McNeil quickly gets her hands on the ball as she charges into midcourt. Going right past Royal Davis as she flings it over to Butler. Falls on the ground, but they still have possession of the ball right now. Schultz has it over to Butler. Thinks about a 3, nothing right there. Gives it right back to Butler, or to Schultz, who goes for a 3 of her own, and she sinks it right in. First points of the second half scored by Green Bay. It is now 42-15 with less than 9 minutes to go in the third period.
Oakland's got to push that defense.
All right, Danny Grimm has it on the left side. Over to Baxter, banks it back to Grimm. Now it's back to Baxter, over to Skorupski. Angling around the Phoenix. Over to Royal Davis, spinning. Back to Skorupski. Got to get something going. It's 5 seconds on the shot clock. Skorupski, Royal Davis, right underneath the rim, nothing right there. Tries to get the rebound, nothing. Meanwhile, Danny Grimm shoots it up as the clock hits 0, but can't get it on net. Over to Skorupski, and it is blocked by Kondrasiewicz. And it is back into the hands of Green Bay now as McNeil racing around, gives to Genki. Tied as their leading scorer right now with 9 points. Meanwhile, layup attempt right from behind was Kondrasiewicz, who sinks it in for 2, makes it a 44-15 ball game for Green Bay.
Oakland's got to, like I keep saying, they got to push that defense. They cannot afford to let Green Bay get any more points on them. They've got so much ground to make up in this second half.
And hopefully they can make up some ground right here as Royal Davis has it. Baxter goes for thinks about a 3. Doesn't do it. Screens around the Phoenix. Meanwhile, Grimm for 2. And she drained. Oh, that wasn't Grimm. That was Macy Smith who drains it for 2. 44-17 now. Oakland is still down by a lot. Hopefully they can try and cut this lead down even further. But it doesn't look like it's going to be the case as Schultz sinks in a 3. 47-17 now. They are down by 30 points with 7:20 to go in the third period.
Oakland's really got to find their groove here, and they got to find it quick. They do not have time to keep letting Green Bay score these points on them. They really got to work hard.
Meanwhile, a shot by Smith goes wide left of the rim and into the hands of Green Bay once again. Schultz with it, goes for another 3, and she sinks that one right in. They have broken 50 points right now in the third period, and Oakland's only scored 17. Only scored a couple points in this period alone. 6:45 to go.
It does not look like they're keeping that defense up that they did in that second quarter. They really got to push it now.
Leanna Baxter playing hero ball right now. Goes for a 3. Rings around the rim, but it doesn't go in. And now it's back in the hands of Green Bay. A shot by McNeil is no good. Off the glass into the hands of Skorupski now. On the left side is Maddie Skorupski. She gets to Madison Royal Davis. Over to Macy Smith. Looking. Trying to get someone open. Over to Royal Davis. Now to Skorupski. Over to Baxter now. Tossing it to Grimm as she goes right behind her. Goes up for two. Too much arc right there, but the rebound is no good from Leanna Baxter, right into the hands of McNeil. Now Royal Davis steals it. Now to Skorupski with it. Over on the right inside the field. Gets to the Baxter. Thinks about another three. Enough, isn't going to try as she hands it over to Macy Smith. Now back to Skorupski. Over to Grimm. Grimm tries to get to the Baxter, but it's intercepted by Bailey Butler. And Green Bay has it once again now.
It was not a smart pass there. She had two girls on her. And
meanwhile, a pass by Kondrashowitz over to McNeil is no good, but she does draw the foul, though. Still going to be Green Bay ball in their offensive end. Currently up by 33 right now, 50-17 with 5.5 to go in the third period. What has gone wrong, or what did go wrong has gone wrong for the Golden Grizzlies. There it is.
Yeah, absolutely. They just cannot get that defense and have not found the offensive groove at all yet this game.
Yeah. Green Bay putting on a clinic. Meanwhile, a shot attempt by McNeil is no good as Oakland gets the defensive rebound. As they cross midcourt right now, Skorupski, who has still only scored 1 point in this game. Their leading scorer has been absolutely silenced by this Phoenix defense. Meanwhile, Kylie Buckley sinks it in for two to cut the lead down to 31 with 5:10 to go in the third period. It's something, but you got to get more of that.
Yeah, they really got to get those points in. They got to find their way past that Green Bay defense.
All right, Schreiber has it now for Green Bay as she gives it over to Butler. Now in the left corner is McNeil as she angles her way into the paint. Hooks it over for two, and it is good, and she gets the and one attempt. Makes it a 52-19 ball game.
This is...
Meanwhile, it looks like we're going to have a media timeout. Now Oakland has to come back from a ginormous deficit that has gotten even worse as the game has progressed. But with that said, we will be right back with the action here. OU currently down. This is 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball. Welcome back, everybody. This is 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball. Coming out of the media timeout right now, Oakland is currently down 52-19 in this third period women's basketball matchup as Green Bay is headed to the line. It is McNeil, who has been dominant from the line right now, only missing one free throw. That was the and one attempt after the foul from Oakland. Makes it a 53-19 ball game. Less than 5 minutes ago in the third period, like I said, as Oakland has it now in the offensive end. Jessie Ebert now in for the Golden Grizzlies as she is on the right side. Passes it over to Kylie Buckley, who gives it over to Macy Smith. Goes right around Buckley on her right side. Back to now she passes it to Buckley. Back to Smith. 10 seconds go on the shot clock. Now, that was a pass attempt right there. It looked like that was Madeline Rendell who tried to get it to a Golden Grizzly, but there was no one there as Green Bay snags the ball back into their offensive end now. Maya Mayer with it for the Pheonix. Over to Geyer. Passing over to Schreiber. Schreiber steps back. Not enough power right there. Goes off of Pheonix and out of bounds. So once again, be Oakland ball.
Let's see if Oakland can start to find their offensive groove. Just try and make up some type of ground in this third quarter.
We're still got to save face right now, being down so much right now. 53-19 is the score currently, as Oakland has it on the offensive end. That is Rendall with it to Macy Smith. Back to Rendall. Overhead up to Buckley. She charges into the paint onto the left side. Tries to get to Skrupski, but is stolen by Bailey Butler. And Green Bay now has it once again. Crossing midcourt with it now is Butler with a Mayer. Wide open is McNeil as she angles into the paint. Gets the N1 as she sinks it in. She's going to go right back to the line.
This is Golden Grizzlies just really got to watch what they're doing and not get those fouls pulled on them. They got to slow things down, find that groove, and just really work.
Being down by 36 is not a good place to be in right now. Meanwhile, the N1 attempt by McNeil is no good. Still 55-19 with 3.5 to go as we get another whistle. I believe that is going to be it is a foul on Green Bay. Schreiber is fouled right there as we get an inbound from Oakland. It'll be Madeline Rendall who will do the honors for the Golden Grizzlies. She passes it in right to Skrupski, right on top of the OU logo, crossing over to midcourt into their offensive end. Tries and gets it over to Buckley. She gets her hands on it, playing monkey in the middle a bit with Butler. She gives it back to Skrupski, now to Macy Smith. Going right, curves around to the paint, goes for a pivot, but there's nothing right there on the shot. And right back into the hands of Green Bay. 3:15 to go in the third period as Schreiber has it over to Butler on the left corner. Now she angles her way over to the right to the perimeter. Right into the hands of McNeil. Goes up for two. Nothing right there. Oakland gets the defensive rebound now. 3 minutes to go in the third period with Skrupski has it. Still pretty quiet. She goes for a three. Nothing there. Right back into the hands of Green Bay. Now Bailey Butler has it for the Pheonix. She goes right past Skrupski. She gives it to a wide open Schreiber who goes for a three. Nothing there. And we get another whistle. It's still going to be Oakland ball. It's going to be Oakland ball. Meanwhile, it looks like Green Bay's going to sub in right now. It's number 55.
Green
Megan
Bay
Schultz is coming in for the Pheonix.
Natalie McNeil, her first, team third.
Geyer's heading to the bench right now.
Checking in for the Pheonix, number 55,
Meanwhile, number 12, Kaylee Genke,
and number 12
has been rather quiet since her early start with all those threes that were made early in the game.
Yeah, she started off real quick and fast. They were making those threes, and Oakland's been able to keep her down since.
Meanwhile, on offense is Oakland with Jazzy Avera trying to pivot around three different Pheonix. He gets it to Smith for three. Just sails a little right of the rim and right into the hands of Bailey Butler. With it now is Butler. Loses the ball, but it looks like she draws the foul. I believe that's going to be on Macy Smith right there.
Foul on number 12,
yep.
Macy Smith, her second team.
All right, heading to the back line now for Green Bay is Maddie Schreiber. Schreiber floats it over to Mayer. Now to Butler. Prancing over to the right perimeter. She gives it right back to Mayer. Now to Schreiber on the left perimeter. On the left perimeter. Pivoting around is Genke. She's being guarded by Rendell, but she gets right over her head and into the net. Makes it a 57-19 ball game for the Pheonix. Now Jazzy has it for the Golden Grizzlies. She gives it to Skrupski, who gives it right back to Jazzy. She arcs around to Macy Smith. Now gets it to Rendall. Trying to get a pass off to Buckley, but nothing right there. She drives in. Banks it down to Buckley. Now over to Skorupski. See if she can get something right here with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Tries to go for a shot, but it is blocked by Schultz. And right back into the hands of Green Bay. Meanwhile, Schreiber on the fast break tries to go for layup, but nothing right there. Still 57-19. 38-point ball game so far for the Pheonix. Oakland's got a big hole to climb out of with 1:15 to go in the third period. That's Skorupski spins around Mayer. Goes around a couple of other Pheonix and now gets her first points since the first free throw attempt of the game. Now it's 57-21 Green Bay as we hit the last 1 minute mark in the third period. There's now Bailey Butler has it. Banks it over to Schreiber. Now to Schultz. Hands it right off to Meyer. Driving into the field. Hooks it underneath the rim, but nothing right there as it goes out of bounds, and it is still Green Bay ball. Currently a 36-point deficit for the Golden Grizzlies as they have 42.9 seconds to go in the third period. Not the start of the period that they wanted, but
absolutely not. They've only got, their lead scorer, Macy Smith, has got 6 points, while Green Bay's lead scorer has got 15 on them right now, and not too far behind is 12 and 11.
Meanwhile, Maddie Schreiber sinks another 2 and makes it a 59-21 ball game with less than 30 seconds to go in the third period. Rendall tries to jump and pass it over to Buckley, but we got a whistle blown. Looks like it's still going to be Oakland ball. It's going to be a foul on the Pheonix.
Green Bay foul on number 55.
It's going to be Megan Schultz, first foul of the game. Now both Oakland and Green Bay are tied in the foul department with 4 in this half. Meanwhile, Sophie Lati getting her first minutes in for the Pheonix. She subs out Bailey Butler. Now on the back line is Macy Smith. Currently Oakland's leading scorer at this point with 6. Ready to resume play. First, refs are going to have to get everything in order right now. Having a short conversation.
While Green Bay's kept Macy Smith down to 6 points, at the beginning of the game, I told you guys about how she's had 5 consecutive games in the double digits, and now she just can't really seem to find that momentum.
It seems Green Bay has been able to contain this Oakland offense. Meanwhile, to resume play is Skorupski. She's pivoting around Genki. Tries to go for 2, but nothing right there. 17 seconds to go in the third period. Oakland still down by 38. Now, looks like Green Bay is going to try and wind the clock down. Maybe get like another couple points in at the end of the quarter. As Schultz has it right now. Pass it over to Lati. And she gets the basket in right as the clock hits 0. It is now a 61-21 ball game. Green Bay's up by 40 right now as we reach the end of the third quarter. It has not been Oakland's day so far. Green Bay has had their way, dominating every side of the court in this game. But we will take a quick break. We got one more period of action here in OU women's basketball. This is 88.3 FM WXOU. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. This is 88.3 FM, WXOU, your home for OU basketball. Right now in this women's basketball matchup, we are entering the last period of the game, and I think the only thing on Oakland's mind right now is to try and get this done and over with. They are currently down by 40 points against the 2-seeded Pheonix in the Horizon League. 61-21 ball game as they get the inbound. Jazzy Dupree-Hubert has it now. Over to Madison Royal Davis, now back to Jazzy. Trying to command someone to get open as she crosses over to crosses around the field. Now to Macy Smith. Now back to Jazzy. 12 seconds go on the shot clock. Now, meanwhile, Macy Smith on the left corner. 3 attempt is up and it is no good, off the rim and into the hands of Green Bay. That is Maya Mayer with it. Now to Schreiber. And heaves it over to Lati. Backpedals over to Meyer. Now gets it to Megan Schultz. As she drives into the paint. Pivots around for 2 and once again adds on to that lead. It is now 63-21. Oakland is down by 42 points with 9 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say that Oakland is not going to be able to make up 40 points in this last quarter, but they got to make something up to try and close up that gap. So it's not too bad, but
gotta do what you can.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jazzy is trying to pivot around to Pheonix as she passes it to Royal Davis. Now back into the hands of Maddie Skorupski, who's been rather quiet in this game. Now only has 3 points so far. Their leading scorer averaging 16.8 a game, has not had her best day so far. Meanwhile, Green Bay now hits a turnover as I heave it to Lati. Now to Genki. Nothing on the 3, but the rebound is back into the hands of the Pheonix offense. Now over to Mayer, to Genki, over to Lati. Now it's to Schultz. 6 seconds on the shot clock for Green Bay. Spinning there was Schreiber as she sinks it in for 2. 65-21 now with 8:14 to go in the game as Jazzy has it midcourt for Oakland. All right, now on the left side is Jazzy as she tosses it to Smith. Smith goes right around Royal Davis, now passing it over to Skorupski, who's over on the right side. Now to Royal Davis, to Jazzy, wide open for 3. And she sinks it right in. Uncontested right there on that 3. Cuts the lead down to 41, though. 65-24 with 7:47 to go in the game.
yeah.
Meanwhile, we got a Oakland foul. Looks like it's going to be on Baxter. And it's going to be once again Green Bay ball.
Foul on number 5, Kylie Buckley. Her 3rd, team first.
It's going to be Kylie Buckley's 3rd foul so far this game, and Oakland's got to find this groove. They got to try and play some defense and turn that ball over and just start making some shots.
I mean, at this point, you just want to come out and making it not look as worse as it is right now. Meanwhile, Schreiber has it for Green Bay, passing it to Meyer. Now back to Schreiber on the opposite side from left to right, passing it to Geyer. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Trying to find something. Hands it right behind her to Mayer. Now she hoops it over to Geyer, now to Schreiber. Charging her way in, hooks it for 2. No good, into the hands of Buckley now as she passes it to Jazzy. They're now crossing over to the offensive end. Passing it to Skorupski. Buckley with the screen right there for Skorupski. She passes it over. That is number 11. That is Jaden Elam, who is in the first few seconds playing time right now in this game for her. Also, number 23, Leah Bullard, is in now for the first time for the Golden Grizzlies. Meanwhile, Green Bay on offense now. There's Geyer over to Schreiber. To Schultz, now back to Schreiber. Leaves it to Meyer. And it is intercepted by the Golden Grizzlies there. That was Elam with it. Goes up for 2, but she hits it right at the bottom of the rim. Rebound for Skorupski. No good right there. Bouncing into the net, but somehow pops right out and back to the hands to a Pheonix.
Yeah, they needed to slow that one down. I mean, Elam, she ran right down that court and missed that layup, but they just kept that quick momentum going. They should have slowed it down and figured out what they were going to do with that ball.
Bazell for 2.
Meanwhile, that was another score there from Green Bay. That was Ellie Bazell for their first points of the game. Extends the lead to 67 now. 67-24 to be exact. Now back on offense is Oakland. Kylie Buckley goes for a 3. And she sinks it right in. Now it's a 40-point game now. 67-27. Green Bay with it on offense. Hands it right off. Meyer hands it right off to Bazell. Now to Geyer. Over to Schreiber. Now on the left side to Schultz. Hands it right back to Schreiber. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Green Bay with it. Meyer now on the right corner. Trying to maneuver around the Oakland defense. Now to Schreiber as the clock hits 0. Nothing right there. Oakland gets the defensive rebound now as Alam now gives it to Jazzy. Jazzy is crossing her way over to the left arc. Passing it now to Buckley, who's on the free throw line. Now to Skorupski. 5 minutes to go in the game. Oakland currently down by 40 as Buckley goes for a 3. No good. Rebound there by Alam, passing it to Skorupski. Trying to get something going. Looks like she got an elbow, but she still lays it up, but it goes right over the rim, but a rebound attempt is good. And we also get an and one attempt. Now it's a 67-29 ball game.
Green Bay foul on number 24, Ellie Bazell.
Score right there is going to be number 23, Leah Bullard, with her first points of the game.
To the media timeout.
And now we are heading to a media timeout. When we get back to action, will be the and one attempt for Leah Bullard. Oakland currently down by 38, 67-29 ball game. Oakland looking to try and close the gap to make it look to come up with some sort of honor, but we will be right back to the action here. This is 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball. Welcome back to the action, everybody. This is 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball. As we're at the final half of the fourth period, 4:53 to go to be exact. Oakland is so far just trying to get out of this game with some semblance of dignity. They are currently down by 38 against the Green Bay Pheonix, 67-29, and they are coming out of the media timeout. It is going to be an and one attempt by Leah Bullard, trying to eclipse the 30-point mark for the Golden Grizzlies.
Yeah, I mean, this Green Bay defense, they've held the Golden Grizzlies back to less than 10 points every single quarter so far this game. They had 7 in the first, 8 in the second, 6 in the third, and so far only 8 in the fourth. But I mean, the Grizzlies just really got to step up that offense and try and get past that Green Bay defense.
Yeah, their leading scorer right now, surprisingly enough, is not Maddie Skorupski, who's currently averaging 16.8 a game. She has 3. Their leading scorer so far is Macy Smith with 6. As Leah Bullard's free throw attempt is no good. Still 67-29 ball game. 4:45 to go in the game as Green Bay has it now on offense. It is number 5, Sophie Lati. And we get a travel right there from Green Bay. It's now going to be Oakland ball.
Checking in for the Golden Grizzlies at number 10, Maddie Randall.
I mean, these Golden Grizzlies, they got to set something up and hopefully come in and just make up some ground.
Yeah, got to come out of this game with something. Meanwhile, Elan passing over to Jazzy. Goes for three at the right corner, but it is no good. Bounces off the right side of the rim and out of bounds, and is now in possession of Green Bay. Geyer passes it to Meyer. Crossing over to midcourt. Right on the right side now. Banks it over to Gazelle. Now with it in the key is Schultz. And they once again make it another 40-point game. 69-29 now. 4 minutes to go in the game.
I mean, that shot right there took Schultz up to 17 points so far this game. I mean,
yeah, multiple Phoenix so far in this game with double-digit points. Meanwhile, Oakland's still looking for their own double-digit points or score, but they won't be looking at it right now because they are currently on defense. Geyer with it for the Phoenix. Passing it over to Meyer. Now back to Schultz, who just scored for Green Bay. Right back into the key. Hooks it in, or hooks it up, and it is no good. Right to the hands of Kylie Buckley. Now 3.5 to go in the game. Jazzy with it on the left side. Giving it to Elam. Elam right now on the free throw line. Gives it to... Has Rendall with it, who sinks in a three. 69-32 now. 3:11 in the game.
That was Rendall's first shot of the game.
And first points as well, as Green Bay has it now back on offense. 69-32 with 3 minutes to go. Schultz. Now to Geyer. Now back to Meyer. Over to Schultz again. Heaves it over the head of the Bullard. Now Bazell has it. Now back to Geyer for two. Nothing right there. Green Bay tries to get the rebound, but right into the hands of Rendall. Passing it now to Jazzy. Dupree Hebert with it. Now to Elam, back to Jazzy to Bullard. Now to Rendall. Now backward to Elam. Goes up for two. Sails right around the rim and no good, but she does draw the foul. And looks like she's going to the line.
See if she can make these free throws and
Green Bay foul on number 5.
Just make the free throws and just cut down the lead as much as you can now.
yeah.
You're not looking for a win at this point. You're only got 2:25 to go in the game. You're just looking for
close up that gap.
a shred of dignity.
Yeah.
All I got to say. First free throw attempt is up, and it is good. 69-33 now. Here comes Elam's second free throw attempt. Goes up, and it is good. Now it is a 69-34 ball game. Oakland has now cut the lead to 35 with 2:24 to go in the game. Meyer has it as she crosses over to midcourt. And it looks like we got a timeout from Green Bay. With that timeout, we're going to take another short break. 2:20 to go left in the game. Oakland currently down by 35 when we come back. right, welcome back, everybody. This is 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball. Heading out of the timeout right now. Oakland is currently down by 35 with 2:20 to go left in the game at this point. Just want to go home.
Yeah, I mean, Oakland was just finally able to get into the double digits in a quarter. They scored 13 so far this quarter, and just hoping to get that momentum, keep going, and try and close up this gap a little bit more.
So you have to have a double-digit score right now as Green Bay is now on offense with it. Buzzell pivots back for steps back, but nothing right there, but he draws a foul.
Yeah.
Looks like Green Bay's going to go into the line.
I mean, Green Bay's got 3 players in the double digits right now. They got Schultz with 15, McNeil with 12, and Genki with 11.
All right, first free throw attempt from Buzzell is up, and it is good. They have now eclipsed 70 points. It is now a 70-34 game for the Pheonix. If I'm Coach Carius, I am absolutely on cloud 9 right now. Well, the second free throw attempt is no good. It is now Oakland ball. 70-34, 2:06 to go in the game. On the back line was Bullard as she gives it to Jazzy. Both are marching their way over to midcourt into the offensive end. Passing over to Rendall. Rendall trying to get an opening. Passing it to Buckley as she heaves it over to Elam. Her 3 attempt is no good. Too much arc, not enough power as it goes right into the hands of Green Bay. 1:45 to go in the game. Tries to get a pass over to Lati, but it sails right out of bounds. Getting a substitution in right now.
Number 25, Riley Abney.
Riley Abney now in for the Golden Grizzlies. She's going to receive the inbound from Bullard. Both are about to cross over the logo. Passing it now to Elam. Over on the left arc. Gets to the Buckley. Almost loses it, but she's able to bounce it right into her hand, back into her hands as she gets to the Bullard. Now trying to Elam. Chart goes in for 2, and it is good. 70-36 now. Less than 90 seconds to go in the game. It's Green Bay's back on offense. Lati now over to Geyer. Over to Buzzell now. Passing it to Schultz. Schultz banking it to Geyer. Step back for 2. It is good. 72-36 now. Green Bay is now has doubled their lead 72-36. And Oakland is down to is at a 36-point deficit as Buckley goes for 3. I'm sorry, I'm just absolutely flabbergasted. 50 seconds to go in the game. Green Bay back on offense. Going to try and milk the rest of this clock down with as much as they can. As Buzzell has it on the right perimeter. Now to Schultz. Marching away around Buckley. Going from left to right. Now to Geyer. To Buzzell. Wide open for 3. Sinks it in. 75. Hitting the 3/4 of the way to 100, but Dow's going to get there. 75-36 now. 20 seconds to go in the game. Oakland trying to get some, trying to pad some stats at this point with Buckley. Not a Rendall. Maneuvering around the Pheonix. Passing it back to Buckley. 5 seconds to go. Charger going to the key. Up for 2, and it is good. 75-38 now with 3.6 seconds to go. And she also gets the and 1 as she draws the foul from Green Bay.
This is quite a game. I mean, it's just at the point right now where Oakland they came back from that third quarter, and the only thing left to do was just try and make up some ground and close up that gap.
Meanwhile, the N1 attempt from Buckley is good. 75-39 now as they're going to wind this clock all the way down to 0. And that will do it here at the Blacktop. Oakland now falls to 8-16 overall with a 6-9 record in the Horizon League. As Green Bay improves to 22-5 with a 12-2 record in the Horizon League, as the Pheonix come out on top, 75-39. If you want to watch more Oakland women's basketball, they will be back here on the Blacktop in a couple days on the 15th of February as they take on the lowly Milwaukee Panthers. 2 o'clock. I will be calling that game. Not so sure if that will be an official thing just yet, but you'll be hearing more from me on Saturday most likely. Meanwhile, for the Pheonix, they will they'll stay in Michigan as they travel to Detroit to take on the Titans on the 15th at 1 o'clock. With that being said, that will do it from here on the Blacktop. here at the O-Arena. I'm Noah Stalker here with Maryanna Sanford. We hope you enjoyed listening to this game. Hope we can hear from you again pretty soon, but this is 88.3 FM WXOU.